I kept tabletop upgrades. I make components for your favourite board games to make them look better, play better and set up quicker. And this is my Workshop Wednesday 2-second lean vlog. So in this one, I'm just going to show you 13 improvements that have come about this week, and it's all because of this 30 minutes every single morning where just in silence I clean 3S, and the improvements just seem to pop up out of nowhere. So very quickly, you're going to look at some of the ones around the laser cutter. So I've started sorting my extractor cupboard out a little bit, a long way to go. So I've got my usable scrap drawer labelled up and organised. Here I've got into the bad habit of not wearing the mask when I'm changing things over. You don't have to do it, but it's good practice. So a bit of pokey-okey. I've got a hook above the extractor switch, so I can't actually turn the extractor on without being reminded to put the mask on. The gloves just seem to fall everywhere. The entire house is full of gloves. So I've taped some magnets to the back, and that just fits there in the same place every time. I've actually got a list today because I've got so many improvements that I've made. So down here, this is some offcuts of scrap. So I make a product called Prism, and basically it's a little card stand. It's usually used for Arkham Horror, but you can use it for D&D and things like that. One of the components is this little collar, and it cuts out from here. And I supply 5, one extra in case someone breaks or loses one. But on the sheet, I can fit quite a lot on the sheet. And what happened? So I was overproducing, massively overproducing. My entire workspace would just fill up with these little baggies full of collars for no particular purpose. So I've changed the program up. I just put the exact number in the sheet because even though I overproduced just in case, I never actually required them. They just built up and built up, and that improvement there has saved 7 hours of laser time a year, nearly a full working day of cutting bits that I have to store, look after, lose, and generally get annoyed at. So that is a massive improvement. Inside the laser, minor improvement. During the summer, I had this weird problem where the laser seemed to be missing steps, and it was cutting jagged edges on curves. Went through the support with the laser, and they said that maybe the steppers are missing. So a bit of research found out stepper motors can get very hot, particularly in summer when it's hot. This is an air conditioned room. So on here, got a little heatsink. So it's a minor improvement, but it should prevent some wasted cycles and also wasted materials later on down the line. So that's all the improvements for now at the laser station. So I'm going to show you some material storage, so I'm going to cut away for that. So what you're looking at here is my material storage. I've just got a little in-process acrylic that I keep near the laser to reduce transport and motion waste. But what always happened was when I went to get some material, it'd slide to the back and I'd be forever chasing the material. So I've just put a little plastic stop there, so it's always perfectly at the same level from the edge. And this is very much a temporary storage because, as I mentioned in the last one, the new workshop's going to be ready soon. That can't come soon enough. So that's a big improvement on the material storage. So a quick look at the packing station. You'll notice this is inside my house. I'm actually working from my kitchen. This has grown literally a kitchen table business up to the point where I'm now sending out 200 packages a month, and we're going to be moving into the new workshop soon, so we'll be able to grow it even further from there. But going to keep the improvements coming whilst I'm still in the house because, to be honest, it counts even more whilst I'm in here. So packing takes almost as much time as manufacturing, particularly when I was working the old way and I had packing materials stored in random places, underneath counters, in boxes all over the house. So I've kind of sorted that out a little bit. I've got a packing shelf now, so I've got labelled up large bags, small bags, a working supply of A5 board envelopes, my little cards, and I've recently moved to reduce inventory from having 2 sets of labels, Handle with Care and Fragile, which is over-processing as well, so I had to pick up and move and store and order and think about 2 sets of labels, particularly when Handle with Care doesn't translate particularly well, so send these all over the world. So Fragile is a universal term, so I've just moved to one type of labels, which is a big improvement. So that is also right below the place where I print the labels, so a lot of motion is saved there. So I've got a working just kind of mini store, so that when I print a label I can get the materials straight away from there. And you'll see here I've got a stamp. This is like an export number that I have to put on the packages, and I used to manually write that on, occasionally write the wrong number or misremember it and have to scrap a label. Now I just stamp it, and on there I've improved that a little bit just by putting some alignment marks on, so it always goes on in the correct place. So another little improvement that I've made, I constantly have to type on customs labels the type of product that it is. So I've set up some keyboard shortcuts using something called a text expander. So instead of typing board game accessory now, I just hit TTA and board game accessory appears. I also write board game tokens, TTT, and cotton bag for board game, TTB. So those are 3 shortcuts that save me a lot of typing every single day. One other improvement that I've made, moved away from using scalpels, which are easy to cut wrong, and I can cut my materials with this little rotary cutter now, and I've marked it up with a save and cut function, so that's much quicker. So there's some of the improvements that have come from just having 30 minutes every single morning. I'm getting faster and faster. As the business grows, I need to get leaner, especially with it just being myself, and at the moment still working in the house. When I get this extra space, hopefully that's not going to be wasted. I'm going to be able to use all this lean philosophy, 2-second lean, to continue improving and continue growing. So I'll see you in the next one.